So I'm just sharing thoughts about giving thanks, and Thanksgiving was Thursday, so it's the season for being thankful in all things. So we say, at that time, I'm thankful for everything.
All the time.
Right. But then on Black Friday, there's a lot of, you know, whether you're going shopping or just in the general air, there's a lot of, heightened anxiety, it seems like. So the question is, giving thanks, is it possible to give thanks in all things? And if so, how do we do that? So that was the topic. Just want to share some thoughts on that, giving thanks. Now, I was just saying, for me, giving thanks, when I say give thanks, which I use that more now than thank you, because I actually infuse that word give thanks with the essence of appreciation, adoration, reverence, humbleness for that which was a gift from the Creator. Meaning, because I, taking the standpoint that God, everything came from source. So, and God created everything good, perfect, harmony, and balance. So I just give thanks to the Creator first and foremost for creating all these things for me to experience and have what I call joy. Because the ultimate goal for my philosophy and understanding is for us to enjoy all of our experiences. We get to experience things. Be happy and be at peace. Or be at peace and be happy. And we're happy because we're at peace as we simply experience anything that we choose to experience, that we create. So as we create things, we experience things, we're happy, yes. So I give thanks. I give thanks for the opportunity to simply experience and be happy and joyful and peaceful. That sounds really great, right? It sounds, yes, live like that, especially on Sundays and, Thanksgiving and, But then we have these relationships that we involve with that sometimes challenge us to give thanks for the relationship. So then, what came to me is that if I believe, for me, if I believe that everything is a gift from the Creator for me, right, then I should be in a position to give thanks, honor, and reverence for that gift from the Creator, right? If I do not, then I am saying that, this is again, if I believe that everything came from the Creator for me, that yes, the Creator of all things, who is perfect, cannot fail, gave me this gift, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And what happens just in our everyday experiences is someone, we're going to relate to mother-child, right? Parent-child. Christmas coming up. If a gift is given, and if you're taking your time to say, oh, listen, this is just for you, is what you need, it's going to assist you in your growth, your personal development, it's just what you need right now to assist you with that joy, that peace that you're looking for. Here's that gift for you from my heart to your heart, so that your heart is filled with joy, peace, and happiness. And I don't want that gift. I don't want that gift. That has the potential to create a strain within that relationship. So what came to me is that if we believe that everything comes from God, our Creator, right, and that it's a gift that for me to use, whatever it may be, but if I don't want that, it's creating tension in that relationship, which will eventually cause other complications down the road, right? However, just as I'm speaking now, it came to me that there is another thought, which is very similar, but just a little bit differently, because sometimes we like to think that, well, as a co-creator, I create all my experience, right? Which is another train of thought, which is very similar, which is great. I subscribe to that one also. I can go either way, because this is all good, just, understanding who I am in the context of, yes, being on this plane, as a son of the Creator, and at the same time being a co-creator, being a God and or a goddess, depending upon the masculine and feminine manifestation, then yet into I am a God. So when I'm speaking about the God, the Creator that gives a gift, or when I'm speaking about me as little g God, the co-creator creating something for me as a gift for me. So if I create a situation for myself through my own law of attraction, whether it be again a relationship, and if I'm saying, if I created this because law of attraction, I attracted this because I somehow need this experience, this thing, relationship for my personal growth right now, if again I shun it and do not look at it as a gift, do not give thanks for it, again I am creating tension and harmony between self, between what we call, maybe call our higher self and lower self, what we may call our heart and our mind. You know, because for me, my heart and my mind are the things that, when we talk about attention and intention, you know, for me, the attention is the mind, because we like to say, what are you paying attention? Pay attention. So therefore, you get your conscious part of your mind, the consciousness, oh, boom, I'm conscious of what I'm doing, so I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. So what you're doing is what you're giving your attention to. Your intention is why you're doing it. It's from the heart. So I'm doing this thing, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing with the mind, but the reason why I'm doing this thing is coming from the heart. Because I'm doing this because I want to create more love, harmony, balance in the world, or I want to, you know, do this for you. I want to do, the ultimate reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is the intention behind it. So, if we have an intention of ourselves, how we wish to be, right? And then if the vibration of that intention brings that forth to us, but if we're not paying attention with the mind, we will say, I don't want to, why did this happen? And we're not giving thanks for that which our heart has given us to grow in this moment. So again, it comes back to the same thing, that we are creating tension within our being by not giving thanks for all of our experiences. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah. So how do we do that? I mean, because truth be told, the human part of us is going to go through experiences that we're just not going to like. We're just not going to like. I mean, that's acknowledging and giving thanks for the human part of our being, because it has likes and dislikes. I have to give thanks for that part of my being because it's a part of me. So I give thanks for the fact that I can like something and not like something. I give thanks for the choice of preference. So this is how we begin to have a lifestyle of that, by looking at how can I give thanks to everything. By first of all, again, believing that it is possible to give thanks for everything. And the giving thanks in everything is what we're doing. The why we're giving thanks from the heart is why. If we understand why we're giving thanks, it's easier to do it understanding the why. So therefore our heart and our mind is aligned as we give thanks. Because if we're just giving thanks because someone said, oh, we should give thanks, I should thank somebody for this bad marriage, just because the pastor said, you know, give thanks because it's a blessing from God. It's the same language, whether you're talking about religion or spiritual teachers, it's the same language. Be thankful, give thanks. You know, but if it's something that's not fun for me, how do I give thanks to that? It can be kind of challenging. But again, if we just believe that, okay, if I just give thanks without knowing why I should, it's still not as wholesome. It's saying, I'm giving thanks for this because I can't see it right now, but I know somewhere down the road, I'm going to look back and see how this actually benefited me. Because if I look back over everything else in my life, I'll see how those things that were so tragic was just like, wow, it really was a blessing for me. So that can begin the process of what we call the paradigm shift of thinking differently. Because from my experience, it's going to be greater later. So it's going to be greater later. I guess I can just learn to appreciate it now. There's a simple way of talking ourselves into appreciating whatever it is we don't appreciate or give thanks to in the moment, for understanding why, and simply talking and reasoning with amongst ourselves. Right? It can be just that simple. Again, if we have the practice and the fortitude and that type of, you know, mental strength. Because again, we're talking, when I say mental strength, I mean the strength, and it's not so much mental strength. I must correct myself. It is more so the exercising of the will. Because for me, the mind, the will is a part of the heart faculty. So when we say, I can do whatever I put my mind to doing, I'm not the mind, but I'm giving instructions for the mind, how it should cooperate, how it should behave in certain situations. So, at that moment, if we are, the more we exercise our will and just simply making choices, because I'm making this choice because I know why I'm doing it, that's how we exercise our will, because it's the bit, right? So we exercise our will, we strengthen that relationship so that we can reason out on the spot, on demand, things that are not right for us and change our vibration that way. So that's one way of being able to instantly, you know, to change our state from a state of, I don't like this, to, well, you know what, I don't like it, but I give thanks for it because it's making me a better person, you know. And then that opens up the relationship between higher self and lower self, between the creator and the created, you know, source and Father, Mother God, and I. It builds that relationship because, like, I know, I give thanks, I appreciate you for that, you know. So it's the same type of thing when we actually strengthen that relationship. And as we strengthen that relationship, of course, it gets easier and easier and easier, right? But again, just anytime on a daily basis, as we constantly make the choices, exercising our free will, standing up for ourselves, that throat chakra, speaking our truth, you know, we strengthen that relationship between our heart and our mind so that we're more able to, like I said, bring about the desired state. Another applicable way is that if we do not exercise our will enough, we might not be able, we can will something, be calm down, so don't think like that, but it might not take immediate hold because of our mind maybe had more experience running the show through our feelings, what we feel, and you know, all kind of stuff, the visualizations, the thinking, the chatter mind. So what happens is that's when the meditation begins to be more valuable, because the meditation in and of itself is a valuable tool, and it assists in using your will more so that you can more so directly on the spot maintain that sense of always giving thanks. But at the same time, it also will allow the mind to begin to slow down more and more and more. So over time, it becomes easier for you to will the mind what to do because you practice just slowing the mind down simply through meditation. And for added emphasis, as we slow the mind down through meditation, again, if we understand the why of why we wish to do this thing, which is to always give thanks, whatever situation, circumstance, relationship, encounter, by always giving thanks, by impregnating that into the mind, even if you simply say, I need to just start slowing this mind down, we begin to kind of do the jabs and the body blow, like a 1-2 punch with the mind and the emotions and saying, hey, we're really serious about how we're going to start operating, how we're going to start maneuvering things, how we're going to look at everything as something as a benefit for us. No matter what it looks on the surface, we know deep down it's for our benefit. So we're going to start just giving thanks for it, and this is why we're giving thanks for it. So we build that relationship through meditation. We're just simply just sitting down and saying, you know what? I'm going to think about something. Because for me, I just find meditation is what you're going to sit down and think about. What you're going to say, mind, do this. Because whether it be a problem, a situation, or something, whatever it may be, I need to sit down and give my thought to it. So for me, that's meditation. So if you want to have a lifestyle of giving thanks, because you want to build that relationship between the creator in yourself, between your higher self and lower self, which will fortify your energy field in and of itself. Because we like to talk about, how can I build my immune system up, from the physical sense, so that, I don't catch colds, the flu, I don't have to take the flu shots, and I don't take it because, they give you monkey brain or whatever. Right, we all want a healthy immune system, fortified, right? We also, quietly told, whether we express it in these terms or not, we also would like a healthy energy system or a healthy aura field, so that if this physical body is a sum total of the vibratory frequencies, right, of my being, from a physical body, emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, all these things are vibrating. If I'm a sum total, right, to the degree that the physical health is definitely a telltale sign, because the more vibrant we are and healthy, then that's a sign that more than likely our energy system as a whole is pretty much healthy. But the more we have physical symptoms, then there's some type of other dis-eases, harmonies and balance going on within our other bodies as well, whether it be emotional or mental, spiritually. So what we're saying is that if we live our truth, walk in our truth, communicate truth from the throat chakra, whatever your truth is, that in and of itself, again, you're strengthening the relationship between your heart and your mind, which is just strengthening your auric field, all of your bodies. So when people have certain emotion disease, like depression, this is how we have sad seasonal affection disorder, seasonal, they is sad, right? Seasonal something disorder. They got acronyms for everything, right? But as we fortify energy field, as we live in our truth, we tend not to be affected because our immune system is up, because that's simply a vibration, and it won't penetrate. We like to talk about, I just got this one, it's like, wow, this is great. Which is, again, a tool that I use to help my auric field. Because if I want to raise my vibration and keep it at a certain level so that I continue going up, 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 meaning lighter and lighter and lighter, more connected to the lighter vibrations of the cosmos, then I personally do not wish to have negative people, negative denser vibrations, right? And I'm clarifying denser from negative, because negative and positive are two poles of the same thing. Electricity, you got to have both of them. Denser and lighter, it's the same energy. One is just lighter and heavier. So I'm choosing the lighter vibration of the energy versus the heavier. Anyway.
Right.
Right. So again, and giving thanks is one of those simple, it's like a thread. It's a thread, whereas if we connect that thread to always giving thanks, that's a solid thread. If we have another thread of, whatever that thread may be, again, because it all comes down to living your truth. Meaning, if you believe something, you believe that I can do all things if I put my mind to it. If you live your life where you have limitations, well, you know what, I can't because of whatever, then you're not living your truth. But if you open yourself up to the possibility of how can it be done, then you're living your truth even though you don't see it, which is another thread. So if you have all of these threads, right, and all these threads I'm saying about this is why self-analysis is good, because if you just look at your core beliefs, which is what we're doing this month, since the moon is in Gemini is Mercury is communication, communication, beliefs, intellect, thinking, it's the left brain, masculine energy. So these are faculties that deals with the left brain, that Mercury energy. So all this month we've been talking about tips and tools and suggestions on how to balance that energy field. Also, for me, it correlates with the throat chakra, comes back to the throat chakra, communication, believing, thinking. So this is how I put together my body, how it works, and how I've been assisting the harmony within each of my energy fields, mind, body. So by simply just giving a little attention to it, just paying a little attention to it, and then paying a little attention to it, like I said, this month, what do I really believe? And if I can just start communicating more from my belief, every time I communicate, whatever the subject is, if it's from my belief, that's a thread that I've connected from my higher self and lower self, because I'm communicating my belief. And the more these threads that I connect, eventually I'm going to have a fabric, a woven fabric that is pretty much indestructible. But one little thread, it's easy to break a little thread, because I've, sewn, stitched. My grandma taught me how to sew, so I, do a little sewing, you thread a needle and you break it, and, you can twist it to it's real fine. It's real, little thread. However, but once you start sewing and you just cross that one over so much, it begins to fortify itself and becomes pretty much indestructible again. But if you have like different colors, you make a weaving pattern like of your life, let's say, you begin to weave those threads in everything you do, because you live in your belief in every aspect of your life, communicating that, you begin to weave those single threads together where it's making a complete quilt fabric that cannot be broken. And so whatever it is that you're setting forth, the overall goal of your purpose, right? Because it all comes down to you understanding your purpose. So the overall goal of your purpose, you cannot be shaken from your square, because you're standing on your square by living your truth in every aspect. So therefore your aura is fortified, and nothing can come inside to give you dis-ease unless you choose to drop it by believing something that's not core to your belief. So again, it seems like, giving thanks and all is great intellectually, but if we can somehow create that into a lifestyle, a serious lifestyle, it's just another thread that we're building up to make us invincible, so that we can have no fear. Because that also comes when you don't have to consciously know, but just by doing the work, and your vibration gets so much and some things is not coming to you like they were, and you maintain this constant high vibration, you get automatic confidence and you want to do and create more. Because you just feel as though you can. It's just natural. It's just natural. So again, this is what we call like the butterfly effect, or the rudder in a ship effect. These little small jewels that we can do will allow us to walk as we say we are, gods and goddesses, as creators, not fearing anything, but always being able to create. Because the same as that energy field is fortified, nothing can get in, we also begin to fortify to the strength where if we wish to send something forth, we can send it forth and to create, manifest, and produce with less effort. Because it is all us, all what we believe, so it's purely us going out to manifest and create that thing. So, yeah. All right, so, kind of wound up, and